Welcome to Crazy Shit in Real Estate, a weekly podcast where I walk you through some of the wildest, most unbelievable stories you'll hear from the world of real estate. If you like real estate and you love crazy, this is the podcast for you. Before we get any further into this episode, I've got some information to share. This episode is sponsored by Follow Up Boss, one of the leading CRMs, client relationship managers for residential real estate. Tons of top producing agents and some of the fastest growing teams out there are using Follow Up Boss to increase lead conversion, eliminate busy work that you're not doing anyway, and frankly, deliver a higher class experience in real estate to everybody who chooses you as their realtor of choice. So if you're going to keep listening to this, which I know you will, there's more information and a personal review of Follow Up Boss. For more information, go to followupboss.com/crazy. What's the story that you still can't believe it happened, that you came out the other side and that you didn't get out of this game altogether?
Well, there's a few. There are quite a few. I think the worst one was when I first started. I did a sandwich lease option, and it was in the same neighborhood that I lived in, right around the corner. And I had rented this property to a retired cop, and he hadn't paid in a while. And now, being Canadian, I didn't understand the discipline necessary to make sure the tenants paid rent, because if you cut them a little slack this month, then they're going to pay with excuses next month, and they're going to keep you can't cash excuses. Very, very difficult. And I had an obligation to my landlord, my own, because it was a sandwich lease. I have a lease with the owner, and that tenant has a lease with me. So I'm sandwiched in the middle. That's why it's called a sandwich lease option. So he didn't pay. And I was like, oh, it's okay. I just didn't understand the business. I was very, very new. I felt bad that he was going through a hard time. And after 3 months of not paying, I was like, man, like I really have to, get paid, or I'm going to have to kick you out. I'm going to have to start eviction. And it was very difficult for me to say that, because I was a very non-dominant, very passive person, just let people walk all over me. And real estate really taught me how to stand up for myself big time. And I'm sure you can appreciate that as well. If you're in the business a while, you meet some crazies that push your buttons and push boundaries all the time. So finally, I'm like, this is it. So once he got his first notice, he called and says, hey, I'm sorry, I got something for you. Why don't you come on over? And I was like, okay. Now my wife was like, don't go, just get him out. I have a bad feeling about this. And I thought, well, he said he's going to have the money. So I'm excited. And so I drive around the corner, I knock on the door, and he lets me in. I walk into the property, which is my first mistake. And as soon as I go into the property, he actually starts punching me as hard as he can. He grabs me and he starts trying to beat the crap out of me. And it was terrifying.
Okay, so I told y'all that I would do a review of Follow Up Boss, because I'm your friend in real estate, and I did. Now, there's a blue million CRM out there. I mean, if you go to any Facebook group, every realtor's like, which one should I use? Which one should I use? And you know that these CRM, which are client relationship managers or customer relationship manager, whatever you want to call it, it's truly a system that's just designed to help you know what to do next, because you're very busy and you're a multitasker in real estate with all those different tasks and balls up in the air. You need something to help you stay on track, and that's what Follow Up Boss does. Now, this cell phone, not a CRM, y'all. When you save a name and a phone number in there, that is basically a Rolodex. Follow Up Boss is going to take the names and phone numbers and also help you know what to do next, so you can maintain these relationships with your neighbors. Because that's what this is about. Real estate is not about serving just prospects and clients. It's about taking great care of your neighbors' needs in real estate. And if you'll use a tool like Follow Up Boss, where they remember you, they might even call you when they're ready to buy or sell again, or when their mom and daddy do, or their best friend or their kid, and you want to be top of mind, that's what a product like Follow Up Boss will do for you. truly, it's going to change your business when you start paying better attention to people. They don't have to know you used Follow Up Boss, but they'll totally understand that they are being heard by you. So now there's a free trial for my people because you're loved. Go to followupboss.com/crazy. No credit card is required. And frankly, because you're my people and we made an ask for you, Follow Up Boss said, yes, you get double the free trial. That's actually enough time to log in, put some pieces in it, and watch it change your business as it has for so many realtors and teams nationwide. Again, go to followupboss.com/crazy to start your free trial today.
Now, I'm not a small person, and I did judo for a very long time. In fact, I was considered for the Canadian Olympic team, so I knew how to defend myself. I was just so shocked that I couldn't believe what was going on, and I flipped him over my shoulder, and he landed on the kitchen island, and it basically just started crashing. I was absolutely terrified. I get out of there, and then I hear gunshots. Now I'm scared even more. I get into my car, I get out of there, and I'm shaking. My adrenaline is going so high that I'm shaking. I don't think I've ever told this story to anyone. So I'm shaking. My wife is going, what the heck? What happened? What's going on? I'm like, I was attacked. I heard pops. I think am I shot? So I can't even speak. There's so much adrenaline pumping through my veins. And my wife is like, call the police. So she gives me the phone. And this, the old phones with the big antenna. So I'm shaking. I hit 911, and as I'm on the call with 911, there's a police cruiser that goes by, and I thought, oh, they're already here. I wave him down, and he steps out, and he's like, "Are you Marco?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." "Do you live here?" I said, "No, I actually live over here," because I had kind of followed him over. And he puts me in handcuffs and says, "You're under arrest for the attack of your tenant."
What?
Like, what? Exactly. Exactly.
He called his buddies, didn't he?
He was a retired cop, and he knew that the first one to 911 was the one that actually got, was in favor. And that's apparently how it works. And I was absolutely terrified. I had never been arrested before. And so I was arrested. I was put in a cruiser, and the guy starts asking me questions like, "Oh, where are you from?" "Oh, I'm from Canada." "Oh, do you go there often?" "Yeah, I go back and forth. I invest in real estate." And he says, "Well, do you actually own this property?" I say, "No, I have a sandwich lease option." So I'm explaining to the cop because I'm Canadian. I just talk to people because they ask me questions.
Okay, now don't forget to go try Follow Up Boss so that your business can continue to expand in professionalism, and then you can meet some more crazy people yourself. I really appreciate Follow Up Boss sponsoring this episode, but mainly I appreciate them for giving y'all double the free trial time with no credit card required. So make sure you go to followupboss.com/crazy and then let me know what you think. I'll see you guys next time. Oh, you're enjoying this little clip? Well, the rest of the story is available on any of your podcast apps. Just go search for and subscribe to Crazy Shit in Real Estate with Leigh Brown.